This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Look at this collection. This are Pokemon, Rock-type Pokemon, with the exception of Slugma, all that I caught within the last 48 hours of this event starting. It is crazy. I saved all of them, with the exception of a couple here, but we saved most of them, and I'm gonna check the IVs on all of them, and I'm just so happy how this event happened. Also, Pidgey Candy, almost 1200. I mean, I'm going for 25,000 Pidgey Candy before the next double experience event. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make that, but we can always try. This will cover the first 48 hours of the event, some of the stuff and the weirdness that went down, what I think of each Rock-type Pokemon. I'm gonna summarize then, give you guys my thoughts and my opinion about every single Rock-type Pokemon, how hard they are to catch, some of the stuff you might want to take into consideration. This should be pretty interesting for you guys out there. But tomorrow, there's a really cool video that will be going live. Not on my channel. I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. You guys can check it out, of Nick's channel, because on Nick's channel, from Nick from Trainer Tips, there will be a video up in which me, Nick, and Twintendo got together to talk about the Rock events in general, the future of Pokemon Go. Essentially, it's a conversation about the game, and I would love to have you guys over, so go represent the channel, make sure you check it out, make sure you subscribe so that way you guys will see whenever the video goes live. Should be up within the next 24 hours. So, kind of want to talk about the events. First, I went outside and I decided like, hey, let's do a stream, because we did it for the grass type event. It's kind of nice to do a stream whenever a Poké type event is going to be happening, because that way you guys get to watch the stream and be like, hey, now the event is live, now I can go outside and do that. It's essentially why I'm going out to stream, because that way you guys will be aware whenever the event is going to be going down. And if there's any hiccups in the beginning, you know, you don't waste your time by going outside, you can just watch the stream. Stream was really successful. Over 2,000 people decided to join in. That was really cool. I did a follow-up stream today, which that was also pretty interesting in its own way. So if you have missed on any of those, they will also be linked in the description down below. Funniest thing that happened today is that I managed to catch a Pokemon with excellent, like non-stop. But they weren't really interesting Pokemon. I guess I'll bring you through the Pokemon that I got over here. We have a bunch of Geodude. Geodude's like a Pidgey of the Rock event. We got a bunch of Slugma. Slugma was unexpected because it's a fire type, but Magcargo, the evolved form, is a Rock type. So that is one thing. A bunch of Omanyte as well. Kabuto, a little bit more rare, but Omanyte over here as well. A bunch of Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn is the death of me. It's hard to catch. Sudowoodo, sort of uncommon. I don't see it a whole lot. Shuckle, like, it's my favorite Pokemon to catch during the event. I love Sudowoodo more than Shuckle, but I got more excited for Shuckle because I just never see this Pokemon. Actually, let me go to my Pokedex right now to show exactly how rare Shuckle is. This is my Pokedex right now. We've caught 228, we added Magcargo to the Pokédex, of which I have 3 right now. Managed to catch 2 of them in the wild. Slugma, right now up to 47. Before the event, I didn't even have a Magcargo, so that's to kind of put it into perspective here. We're gonna find Shuckle here, and over here, only 7. 7 ever! 7 Shuckles is what we caught. So it's kind of an interesting Pokemon. I feel one of the potential best gym procedures in the game under the right circumstances. So that was a thing. There was a really funny bug in the game with Steelix, or no, any Pokemon. In the beginning of the rock event, what happened was, whenever you were going to be going to your inventory and you were looking at a Pokemon, like let's say Rhyhorn, the Rhyhorn would be like 1.5 times bigger in the Pokesprite, this one, than it would usually be. I thought that was pretty insane when you think about it. And also what we discovered was that if you were going to the Pokédex and you were to select the Pokemon, if you tap on the Pokemon, it now shows the animation as well. That is something we didn't know anymore. So, or that used to be the case, I think, but they sort of removed it, I guess, to make the game run a little bit smoother. So yeah, first 48 hours of the event was crazy. Dratini spawns. I mean Larvitar, the Larvitar of Gen 2, Larvitar spawns was increased so much that it was more common than an Aerodactyl. People called me unlucky for only finding 2 Larvitars, but in return ended up finding 2 Aerodactyls. I feel that Aerodactyl as a spawn has been nerfed a little bit, but Larvitar significantly. So that was pretty interesting. I haven't seen a Larvitar since that stream. We caught 2 Larvitars, 2 Aerodactyls, so that was a thing. So that was pretty crazy. So the Pokemon were really big, Larvitar spawns were there, that all got nerfed. That was all gone right now. In the meantime, I've been walking my buddy here, Flaffy. I started with, I think, 14 candy or something like that. Now I have 25. So I'm making progression. What buddy are you walking right now? And how many kilometers have you walked? Or how many candy did you find for that Pokemon? Did you already switch buddy? What is your goal for your buddy? I want to know anything about what you guys have to say about buddy. So make sure you leave that in the comment section down below. Alongside with that, I have a question for you guys, because honestly I have no idea what you guys would like to see at this point. There's 2 things that I can do. There's a really cool forest area nearby, or sort of semi-nearby, where I can go to, which I'm gonna be going to tomorrow, but I can do one of 2 things. Number 1 is I can stream on the go there while walking in the forest trying to find cool Pokemon catches, or I can make a vlog. So it's either one of the 2. If, for instance, you guys are saying like, hey, Reverse, I want to see a vlog tomorrow, then I'll shoot the vlog, and then tomorrow, or the day after the vlog, I'll actually go back to the same place and do a stream. So it really depends on what you guys would like to see first. It's gonna be either one or the other, but they will both be done regardless. So that is a thing as well. I don't feel I do enough on the go, actually on the go, besides the luring point streams. So I actually want to do some of those, and of course want to do some vlogs as well. So that is a thing. Also, I want to do something together with you guys. You see this medal over here? Next time you get in the game, I want you to make a screenshot of this medal. And then towards the ending of the event, I want to see from you guys on Twitter how many of the rock type Pokemon you've caught. So make a screenshot like I did just now. And then at the ending of the event, also make a screenshot and show me how many rock types you've caught. I would love to see the comparisons. I want to see who's been the most active player in the game. I think that's going to be a pretty nice thing. I just want to see what you guys of the community are doing, how active and how hyped up you are for this event. So I want to talk about the Pokemon that I caught. The Pokemon that I caught. Before this event happened, there were 2 Pokemon that I did not have. The first one was Magcargo, because I didn't have Slugma. I already talked about that. But another one is somewhere down here, very soon, bear with me, over here, Politoed. I'm a little bit embarrassed to talk about this, but I'm gonna mention it to you guys anyway. So essentially what happened for me not to have a Politoed, because I have the King's Rock to evolve, you know, Poliwag into Politoed. I have plenty of King's Rock, in fact. Let me show you how many King's Rock I right now have. Over here, I have 2 King's Rock. I also have Sunstones. I need to evolve a bunch of Sunkern, but I did have the King's Rock. I just didn't have the Poliwag candy. When Gen 2 was released, I was stupid. I was dumb, like honestly. Well, what I did was I evolved all of my Poliwags into Poliwhirls and not leaving enough candy for Politoed. And then at some point I was like, I've already done this, but then it turned out I didn't. I also figured out that I don't have a Girafarig yet. Believe it? Girafarig. So common for some people out there. I don't have that Pokemon yet, so I'm gonna be going out for that one very soon. All of the Pokemon should be relatively easy to obtain. I still need a Houndoom, but Unknown is gonna be the toughest one, without a doubt. So yeah. Let's talk about the Pokemon, how hard they are to catch, what the benefit is of these Pokemon, and these are all the types that you can catch in the most basic form during the Rock event. So, first up we got Geodude. Geodude essentially the Pidgey of the Rock event. I see them left, right and center. I'm just so happy that this is like not a grass biome event, because otherwise I would have not nearly get as many interesting catches as I would have right now. So very happy with 220 Geodude candy, and I'm looking forward to getting some Golems, maybe 1 or 2 or something like that. Golem is like a really interesting Pokemon, can do really well during gyms. I encourage you guys to look for a good Geodude and make sure you have like decent IVs at least before you evolve that one. So that is Geodude. Next up is Slugma. Slugma, as already mentioned before, is kind of like the surprise of the event. The one Pokemon we did not foresee that this one would have been an extra spawn or an increased spawn, because Slugma is a fire type. So Slugma and Magcargo both have an increased spawn, and I'm pretty sure that they did Slugma because Magcargo is a rock type and Slugma is not. So in order to get yourself a Magcargo easier, they increased the Slugma. Kind of a annoying one to catch, not gonna lie. It's kind of an annoying Pokemon to catch, because it's very, like, at 276 CP, it already is like orange whenever I'm trying to catch it. Like whenever I throw the Pokeball, it's already orange. So you have to throw a Raspberry and a Great Ball or something like that relatively early on. I don't like wasting my Pokeballs, so yeah, not really the most pleasant Pokemon to catch, I guess. It's still alright. I don't know how well Magcargo will be doing as a gym procedure. Haven't really dived too much into that. Next up is Kabuto. I think Kabuto is the easiest to catch. I feel that's my personal opinion here. I like Kabuto. It's kind of interesting to see Kabuto. It's kind of like this rock that is standing on the ground or like in your way or something like that you need to step over or something like that. But then, hey, it turns out to be Kabuto. Yeah, Kabuto's a cool Pokemon. I like Kabutops. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemons ever in general. And yeah, I don't know what much more to say. I think Kabutops is kind of a nice, interesting gym attacker. Has some pretty nice moves, but can be quite terrible at the same time. Pretty much the same with Omastar. Omastar also can, like for instance over here, Rock Blast, Mud Shot. Not the best moveset right here, but can learn Stone Edge, which is a nice move. It's also pretty interesting as in typing over here. Rock and Water, I think is kind of interesting because it's only weak against grass really. Or ground, I don't know. It's just interesting to use this Pokemon as a gym prestige. Can definitely work out pretty nicely. Next up we got Sudowoodo. So Sudowoodo is my favorite over here. It's my favorite, in my personal opinion, my favorite or second favorite Gen 2 Pokemon, I guess. It has been demoted a little bit because I like Sneasel more than Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo makes like, it's just a funny type. It's just a funny Pokemon. I love Sudowoodo to bits and pieces. I always make an effort to try to catch Sudowoodo regardless. It's not really that great of a Pokemon right now, Pokemon Go. Although, against Blissey, you can use it as with counter. You want to try, like, if you got a Sudowoodo with fighting types, it can be a very nice Pokemon to prestige with. So I definitely encourage you guys to go for a Pokemon like that. Next up we got Larvitar. So Larvitar, I don't have much to say about Larvitar. Everybody wants Larvitar. Larvitar is loved all around. Everybody will hate at the moment that, or almost everybody, I don't want to speak for you too much, but a lot of you disliked the fact that Larvitar spawns got nerfed. Where over here. A lot of you guys really dislike the fact that Larvitar spawns got nerfed, which I understand because we all want Tyranitars with the highest possible CP. I personally like this more because that way it kind of keeps the anticipation for Larvitar. I saw a couple of clips of people being extremely happy for finding their first Larvitar, so I'm happy you guys managed to get some Larvitars during this event. Yeah, just it's great as the final type because it's such a beast as Tyranitar that you can just put inside of gyms and most likely be one of the top Pokemon in there. That's how crazy Tyranitar is as a Pokemon. But other than that, relatively easy to catch a Larvitar in my personal opinion. Always Pineapple Berry, Ultra Ball that thing, so that way you won't waste anything. Moving on to Onyx. So Onyx is kind of a different story, I feel. With Onyx, you can actually potentially get some practice. I think Onyx has one of the biggest, like, catch rings is out of the game that grows bigger and smaller. I encourage you guys to use Onyx to practice your excellent throws. Try throwing a Nana Berry against Onyx if you want to, and then try to get yourself that excellent, because I think Onyx is the easiest Pokemon to get an excellent on. Even though I haven't done it myself, it's just because the orb gets bigger and smaller. It's like the biggest one out there. As Steelix, I absolutely love him, but I need some candy before I can get the next one, so that is going to be a struggle. But yeah, Onyx also increased spawn. I don't see it a whole lot. Pretty much like the same spawn rate as Sudowoodo in my personal opinion. And now we're moving on to arguably one of my favorite Pokemon in general. We got Shuckle. So, I said that Sudowoodo is one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon, but I'm more excited to catch Shuckle. And that is because I don't see Shuckle ever. I only ever caught 7 of them, so they are very rare type Pokemon. But I potentially see this one as the best gym defender, one of the best prestigers in the game, because the CP is incredibly low. But this guy is so sturdy. It is a bug and rock type Pokemon, which is an interesting combo. But I'm gonna show to you guys how sturdy this Pokemon is in a gym battle in the future. I just need an army of Shuckles before I can do that. To kind of compare like a 10 CP Shuckle against like a high CP Shuckle, which is not gonna be high, like 300 CP max or something like that. Has the highest defense in Pokemon Go right now. So for that reason alone, I really love Shuckle. But yeah. That is Shuckle. Shuckle's just, you know, Shuckle. I don't know. I would love to have a Shuckle as a pet in real life. That'd be really cool. I'm gonna be moving on to my worst nightmare. Rhyhorn. So, the reason why I love Rhyhorn is the fact that as Rhydon, it gets like a ridiculous CP. But this Pokemon always keeps attacking and jumping and attacking and jumping. And it's kind of hard to catch as well because it's a little bit further away. I generally have a lot of trouble catching Rhyhorn in general. I'm kind of getting it down right now, but in the beginning especially, I just didn't know how to catch this Pokemon properly and consistently. So sometimes I even gave up. That's what my feeling was with Rhyhorn. So I guess this Rhyhorn, it's still a nice Pokemon that is so like it feels very rewarding in my personal opinion if you manage to catch a Rhyhorn, because it's such a tough Pokemon to catch. I don't know if you guys have the same thing. Maybe your Rhyhorns are very smooth. I just find this the most annoying Pokemon to catch during this rock event, because it's so like it keeps like popping out, or it keeps attacking, or keeps jumping away, so something like that. So yeah, there's that Rhyhorn. And then finally, last but not least, we have the Pokemon all the way at the bottom, Aerodactyl. So yeah, this is without a doubt like the most rare Pokemon out of the entire rock event. That's what I feel personally. That's what a lot of people feel just in general. A lot of you still need Aerodactyl for your Generation 1 Pokédex. And I think that tells a lot. If you find yourself an Aerodactyl in the wild, you can get kind of excited. It's essentially as rare as like a Snorlax or a Lapras for that instance. So I don't got much more to say about Aerodactyl. I don't think in any way, shape or form this is gonna be like a good Pokemon inside of gyms. It has a Mega form, right? So that might be a thing. But yeah, Aerodactyl doesn't get an evolution or something like that. It's kind of disappointing in Pokemon Go. You see the CP and how far it's already at the right side there. But yeah, that is Aerodactyl. I don't know. These are kind of the Pokemon that I wanted to give you some food for thought here about these Pokemon. Oh, by the way, I still really love Steelix inside of gym battles, even though it kind of gets torn apart by the usuals as well. So yeah, that's basically it. Those are the Pokemon that are available in the rock event. If you feel you should be adding anything to the conversation as well, like you missed this about this particular Pokemon, and this Pokemon is good for this particular reason, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's basically it. These are the first 48 hours impressions. You know, it's been great. This is by far, I'm just enjoying playing Pokemon Go so much more with this event right now. And it's been apparent. I've seen so many more people playing outside right now, playing Pokemon Go, picking up the game again. People that quit essentially, and then they're like, hey, I want to play the game again. Do you notice like an activity increase in your local environment as well? And I'm also really kind of curious to figure out whether or not this is going to be sustained, because, you know, some people just solely play during events. I just hope that that's not going to be happening. Like, I hope that people will realize, like, hey, Pokemon Go is indeed a really fun game to play, and, you know, it's a nice activity to get out in the house for. Lastly, I want to be wrapping up on letting you guys know that I'm saving up 9 times a 10-kilometer egg for my egg hatching spree. So hopefully by the end of this event we are going to be getting this one down, because I'm still going to be walking a whole bunch, because, you know, I still need my Mareep I still need an Ampharos, so I'm kind of aiming for that right now with this Fluffy candy or Mareep candy. So hopefully very soon we'll be able to show you guys a whole bunch of egg hatches, and then of course do 9 times a 10-kilometer egg, and then also figure out whether or not we're going to be finding a bunch of Larvitars out of the 10k, because apparently it seems that rock types have been increased from 10ks. But anyway, thoughts, opinions, leave them in the comment section down below. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, this has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm going to be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.